everybody. Thanks for joining us and welcome to Money Chat, where we talk all things money, the economy, housing, mortgages, debt, crypto, and so much more. If it relates to your wallet and your financial well-being, you can bet we'll cover it right here on Money Chat. I'm your host, Trina Robinson. The South Florida housing market is one of flux. To get a read on where it stands and the possible trends moving forward, let's check in with Bobby Suarez of selltobobby.com. Bobby, it is so good to see you again.
Likewise, Trina.
Tell me, it seems like this market has so changed over the last couple of years. What would you say the status of the housing market is right now?
Well, currently the most notable trend is price reductions are on the way up. I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot more homes are sitting on the market in South Florida specifically, actually in Florida specifically. Last I read is 34% of homes have had a price reduction that are sitting on the market.
That is good news for people who've been out of the market trying to buy.
Yes.
So what are the price trends that you see going from here? Do you think we're going to continue to see these reductions?
I think we will continue to see these reductions. In my opinion, prices are not going to continue to go up, especially in Florida. I think they're flattening out, if not completely stopped. So I definitely feel in Florida and Texas, actually, they may start coming down a little bit, which will help bring more buyers to the table and help them qualify for homes as prices have been increasing very high, especially in South Florida.
Yeah, it seems like everybody wanted to come here, Texas or Arizona, and I guess that's why you're starting to see some of the softening in those markets in particular.
Absolutely.
High taxes and insurance, though. Even if a person, finally sees a home that they can afford, but then when you put in how much the insurance has gone up, and mine has gone up outrageous, and then the property taxes, it's getting tougher to afford.
Absolutely. In many cases, home insurance costs have risen by over 100%. Taxes have also increased. It's increasing specifically in South Florida, over 2% of the purchase price. And like, for example, in my home, I used to pay $3,000 in insurance. Now I'm paying $10,000.
Wow.
So even if you've had a home for a long time and you didn't buy a home recently, homeowners that have owned for a while are seeing their cost increase significantly.
What do you think is pushing the prices lower though now? Are sellers finally just saying, hey, I'm not going to get that big outrageous amount of money I wanted for my house that you could have gotten during COVID and right after?
Yeah, so I would like to add specifically, inventory is still very low.
Okay.
In the United States, last I checked, there was 575,000 homes currently active right now in the market. But to put it to give you some context, in 2015, there was 1.1 million homes. So there is still very low inventory in the market, but in South Florida, due to the housing, the prices still being very high, insurance costs, taxes, we are seeing more price reductions. And yeah, I definitely feel that it's going to come down a bit to help with the market.
Is there any particular category of sellers you're seeing? Is it people who are getting divorced or maybe a probate? Is it anything that's driving, these reductions?
So it depends, and it really depends. Real estate is very local. We're seeing it depends on the price range. Actually, homes over $1 million are moving faster than homes under 500,000, for example.
That's insane.
Yes. So, and I would believe it's because a lot of these buyers that are buying $1 million plus homes are probably paying cash. They're not too worried about the carrying costs of the property.
Everybody's been talking a lot about mortgage interest rates and whether they'll go up, whether they'll go down. What's your opinion on what's going to happen and what needs to happen to get a more robust market?
Yeah. So, in my opinion, I believe mortgage rates have peaked. I think we're headed on the way down now. As far as what needs to happen, obviously, I think inflation needs to come to a stop. And I believe they're waiting for unemployment rates actually to increase. That's the only way they're going to control, exactly. That's the only way they're going to control inflation. So we actually got some good news for rates recently, which was bad news for the economy. But unfortunately, that's what we need for rates to start coming down.
So you're talking about the 10-year Treasury rate?
Well, yes, the 10-year Treasury rate, it's actually right now, last I checked, like at 4.42. So usually mortgage rates tend to follow the 10-year Treasury. On average, it's usually about 170 basis points higher, the actual 30-year mortgage rate, and it's currently at 260. So I think over the next 6 to 12 months, we could potentially see rates in the low sixes, high fives, in my opinion.
Okay. Do you think we're going to have a correction? Everybody in South Florida in particular remembers 2007, 2008, 2009, where there was just blood in the streets. We had a meltdown, a catastrophe in housing here. Yeah. Do you think we're just going to have a slowdown eventually or a real correction?
I think we're going to have a very little slowdown, nothing compared to 2008. I think what happened in 2008, there was a lot of predatory lending where anybody could just go out and get a loan. So a lot of people just walked away from these loans and they put very little money down. In my opinion, it's very different right now. People are actually having to qualify for these loans that they're obtaining, having to show proof of income, proof of employment. So I honestly don't think that the market is going to crash. I think we might see a small correction, but as a matter of fact, if the Fed does start lowering rates in the near future, I actually feel that actually prices are going to continue to increase.
Okay, all righty. Now, you may be the only person who's on TV more than me in this market.
Really?
Every time I turn on, I see a Sell to Bobby commercial. Tell people about what you do. And you do a lot of different things, but your primary business.
So my main business is we buy real estate. We market direct to seller, and we pretty much help homeowners that are looking to sell their house fast, that maybe don't care to use a real estate agent. We pay all their closing costs. There's no fees when they sell to our company. And it's very stress-free.
How long have you been doing this?
So I've been in the real estate business for over 21 years, since I was 19 years old.
Wow.
And I actually, I've been in the mortgage industry in different facets of real estate, but investing since 2010.
And how would you rate the market now as from when you got in? Is it a more exciting market? Is it more dynamic? Is it more challenging?
So it's definitely more challenging, in my opinion. Right now, we're having record low sales in the industry right now. I think we're headed to under 4 million transactions, which is very low. It's not a healthy real estate market. And we actually did this, we had the similar numbers in 2023. So it is very challenging for individuals that don't control the inventory. So a lot of people in our industry have had to reinvent themselves and shift and pivot so that they could continue to get business.
Well, Bobby, I tell you, it's a pleasure to see you again. Keep on selling.
Thank you. And likewise, pleasure to see you also.
Yeah, it's always wonderful to talk to you. Anything else you want to add before we take off?
If you're looking to sell your house, just go to selltobobby.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Bobby.
Thank you.
A joy as always.